28th when she came in for the pit stop, back to 34th. John West Townley, Mike Wallace, Stanton Barrett, Tony Raines, they also pitted. Let's go back and listen in on Danica's radio from just a little while ago.
Oh my gosh, when a car spins, I feel like it's like a football. You just don't know where it's going to go.
She did a good job, though. You know, that car spun, and she gave him plenty of room and actually got out of the groove a little bit there to go around him.
She's had to negotiate all the wrecks in Daytona, all the wrecks in California, and she probably thinks people are always spinning in front of her.
She's getting pretty good at it.
She's done a good job.
Well, we mentioned Michael Annett in that first caution, and a report from his crew is no damage to the car, so we can pass that word along as well as everybody woed down here for our second caution. We also mentioned the fact that this does not take on the complexion of a normal race at Las Vegas. Here's the biggest one that jumps out at us. Most of the time, and I mean most of the time, the winner comes from the top 5 in qualifying. Do you know that only one of the last 7 Las Vegas races has been won by somebody in that top 5? Let's take the opportunity to talk to one of those guys that did start in the top 5, a guy who's winless here but wants to change that, Kyle Busch.
Hey, Kyle Busch, Rusty up in ESPN, you got us?
10-4.
Kyle, what's the car feeling like right now? We had a little bit of rain. Has it affected the track much at all, if any?
I don't know that it's really affected the track. Our car seems to be a little bit tight, tighter than it was yesterday. We were pretty good, so we got something a little different. The pace might have gotten a little faster today, but you know, we'll make some changes to it on the first stop, get it better.
Kyle, is the top groove at a racetrack already kind of wore in from practice this morning, the Cup Series? Is it ready to go up top?
Yeah, that's pretty much where I've been so far this whole time, is kind of second lane up, 2.5 lanes up, something like that. So it's good.
All right, Cal, thanks for talking to us.
Joe Gibbs Racing has never won here at the nationwide race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and here's the reason why for Kyle, as he has the second place run back in 07, but the rest of them not typical Kyle Busch races. Now, he has won here in Sprint Cup just last year, but not in the Nationwide Series, and he has said he wants to change it in front of his hometown fans.
Yeah, isn't that the way it goes? There's some place that you really want to win bad, that you sometimes you maybe try too hard or make mistakes trying to win that race because you want it so bad.
I just wonder if he's thinking about that right now. He's probably thinking, hey, that was old times. This is a new year, and I just won California. I got a good car. I'm running second. I just wonder if that's in his head.
Well, let's check in on the radio from the 60 of Carl Edwards talking about green flag runs.
Here's your track position there, Carl, but that's 15 laps on fuel, 18 altogether, and that's a quarter of the way through a fuel run, so I don't want to leave you out there too long, you know?
Yeah, 10-4. That gives us a long time if it goes green. That's fine.
Carl?
Just be conscious if we do get a green flag run, you know, if those leaders are only a quarter of a lap behind us or something like that, you know, when they start peeling off, we don't want to be a lap down when we stop or anything like that, you know?
And Carl right now back to 25th position, but with full tanks.
Yeah, but that worries me to go back that far. I'm sure he thought more people would come with him. Back there in 25th, we've seen these problems early. The next problem will likely be in front of him. So kind of in a vulnerable spot until he can get that track position back.
Well, and a big opportunity for Danica Patrick. She is going to line up right behind Carl in 27th. She might be able to go to school and learn some things and help work her way towards the front. Let's get ready to go back to green flag racing. It's Harvick, Kyle Busch, Brian Vickers, Denny Hamlin, and Brad Keselowski. And again, Harvick takes the high side, and he was like a rocket ship the last time on the restart. This time, though, Kyle's right there.
Looks like Kyle anticipated that start just a little more than he did last time.
2 by 2 through 1 and 2. Over the bump of the tunnel.
And Harvick's car really looks good.
Boy, and it does like that high line.
It just, you just feel like you got so much more power when you get a car hooked up on the top of the racetrack. But I will tell you guys, I was impressed about how equal they were still coming off of turn 2, though. That was
well, they're not equal coming off 4 here, though.
Yeah, he's got that momentum now.
Well, we've yet to have a long run with these 2 early cautions. And there you see Brad Keselowski, as he has dropped back. He is now running in 8th position, and we even saw a little wiggle coming out of 4.
Tight racing here with Rusty's 2 cars now running side by side.
Yeah, I'm not liking watching that either.
Close your eyes then. We'll let you know. That is Brendan Gaughan in the 62 right in front of Steve Wallace.
You know, I had some shots of Brendan's air dam there, and he's got big chunks knocked out of it. And I think he drove over that debris from Kelly Byers, debris coming out of the front of his car.
Definitely got a few gaps in that front valence.
We can give you an update. Michael McDowell has been released from the infield care center. He is A-OK. Unfortunately, the car is not. Justin Allgaier there in the 12 car. He is running in 10th right now. Remember, this was the race last year where he really broke out, led for the first time in his young nationwide career. Here's another one. James Buescher trying to make his way, as he's had 2 good runs so far this season in that #1 James Finch car. That's for 14th.
See, Ricky Stenhouse having a great run right there in Roush's car, the #6 car. Qualified real well. Running about the middle of the racetrack right here, keeping that Ford wound up.
There's an update for all fans of Danica Patrick. She's currently running in 26th position. But the battle right now up front, not really much of a battle, because Kevin Harvick's now opened up a ½ a second lead over second place Kyle Busch. Denny Hamlin has his mirrors full of Brian Vickers. A little bit further back, you saw Brad Keselowski and his teammate Justin Allgaier coming through. And sneaking into this picture and not making a lot of waves, keep an eye on Greg Biffle in the 27. He is just ahead of these 2 cars, and now 3 as Paul Menard comes into the mix.
I'll tell you, this is falling right into Carl Edwards' hands. He's got about 20 more laps of fuel in his car to the rest of the field. And the field's going to have to start hitting pit road anytime now, the leaders. And Edwards has still got enough fuel to stay out there.
Edwards running in 10th. And here comes Brian Vickers in for his stop, Dave.
Sliding to a stop is Vickers' car. Been a little tight. Wrench in to fix that. That'll be a track bar adjustment, air pressure as well for Vickers. Braun Racing Crew trying to get him back off pit road in a timely fashion. 4 tires going on, and off he goes. Jamie.
And Ricky Stenhouse Jr., of course, being a rookie, they like to keep him conservative, so he too is tight. Unsponsored race car for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 4 tires, they tell him to go hard. 15.1 seconds, and it's a good stop.
All right, thanks, Jamie. One of the things we're looking at, we're working lap number 58. Obviously, those cars pitting right now, and here comes your race leader. This will get them past halfway, and there is more rain potentially coming. Here comes Denny Hamlin. Doc, I think you're going to be up first.
Absolutely. First stop of the day for Hamlin. They hit the car a little bit tight from the center of the corner out, so they're going to put 4 tires, fill it up with fuel, go up on the track bar was the plan, and take some air pressure out of the left side. Vince.
The 33 of Kevin Harvick. He's been the leader the whole way today. He's been happy with the car, but they're going to make a 0.2 of a pound air pressure adjustment out of that right front. Otherwise, a strong day and a good pit stop for the Harvick crew.
15.4 is a good stop. Back out on the track, and Hamlin right behind him. The 40 car, Mike Bliss, has been caught speeding on pit road. Here comes Kyle Busch. Jamie?
And Kyle stayed out and led a lap. Of course, we've been saying he's snug all the way around. Air pressure adjustment and a half round up on the track bar to get his car handling better. He's liking that top line. It's going to be 4 tires and fill it up once again. Sunoco fuel, Dave.
Justin Allgaier doesn't want to do too much to his race car. There's going to be a wedge adjustment and a little bit of air pressure for Justin pitting this time. Remember, the car was awesome at the start of the race, and now it's just tight in 1 and 2, a little free in 3 and 4. That's what they're trying to fix for Justin Allgaier. Doc?
Race leader Greg Biffle on for his stop. He said the car is just a touch tight in the middle of the corner. Air pressure adjustment, left front and right rear, 4 tires and fuel.
Well, you saw the time on the Justin Allgaier stop, just bad.
Definitely a disaster on the right side. They had to put some lug nuts on over there and cost them a ton of time.
Well, it's gone from bad to worse for Mike Bliss. He's now going to get a stop and go because he was too fast on his pass-through penalty. Jamie, the 99's in.
And Trevor Bayne making his first stop of the day. He too is tight. That seems to be the call today, because it is very cold here today. Uncharacteristic of Las Vegas this time of year. It's a good stop for young Trevor Bayne.
Excellent stop at 14 seconds. That's Paul Menard at the bottom of the screen coming out as well. There's the 22 of Brad Keselowski, as he did lead a lap. Jamie?
And they've been trying to diagnose what they can do for Brad. It looks like it's going to be a track bar adjustment for him. Paul Wolf asking him question after question, having to adjust for things like wind off turn 2 and harshness in the car, in addition to tracking that funny sound and feeling he's been having. They'll get that track bar adjustment. Little trouble getting off of pit road for Keselowski.
And trouble for Paul Menard. We've just been told by NASCAR officials he's going to get a penalty.